Hi, and welcome to Sue Patten Quilts. Today I'm going to show you another quick and easy background grid filler. So I've pre-marked my space that I'm going to use with my Pounce Pad and my 1-inch grid stencil from Quilters Rule. Move that out of the way for you so you can see what we're going to be working on today. And today I'm going to do a simple filler that goes inside each block. And as I move up and into my open space, I'm going to create different degrees of texture and design using larger and smaller spaces. So let's go. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my 1/4-inch hopping foot to base out my space, because today I will be doing this free motion. For those of you who are more meticulous, please feel free to grab your straight edge ruler to try this. And just run your sewing machine or your long arm along that ruler to stay perfectly straight and evenly spaced. But today I'm just going to go free motion. So here we go. We're going to slide up, over, down, and each time my hopping foot hits that outer edge of my thread, I'm going to go in a different direction until I've swirled in a straight square line and created a maze right into the center. So I'm going to do one more small section here. And now what I'm going to do is work my way back through that open space until I get to the next block. So I'm simply going to come back, aim for sort of kind of the center, go all the way to my next block, and simply start working my way back into the center. Again, using that 1/4-inch hopping foot to space on the way in, and simply sliding through my open space on the way back. So I'm going to continue all the way along here, sliding in, working my way back out. Again, feel free to use a ruler if you so choose. With a background fill, I would normally be using a thin polyester, but today I'm using a YLI cotton machine thread so that you can see the design concept easier as I stitch it out. Work my way all the way over to here, slide in, into the center, back out again, one more, slide all the way across and up. And I'm just relaxing and filling in the space. It's a background fill. All I'm doing is creating texture and design. Now on my next row, I'm going to go all the way up, all the way over, and all the way down. And rather than doing one square at a time, I'm going to use a 4-inch space. Work my way all the way back into the center using the same technique and sliding back out. Because what I want to do is I want to create some interest in that background fill. I don't want it all to be the exact same texture all the way through. Slide all the way over. Start working my way up and around again, leaving that space to sneak back out. And again, I'm just sort of kind of eyeballing, making them sort of kind of similar. They don't all have to be identically spaced. We're really just creating depth and texture when we're doing a background fill. So don't get too caught up in the actual design concept. Now I'm going to come over to here, slide back down, work my way into the center of that block again, using that 1/4-inch hopping foot to sort of space it out, sort of, kind of, so they all look similar. Work my way back out, guiding my machine through the center of that maze, not panicking, not being overly concerned or overly worried. And then I'm going to slide all the way up, and for this one, I'm going to come all the way over and do my top one even larger. So in essence, what I'm doing is I'm creating 3 different design textures with the exact same movement, just to create some interest in that background fill. We have so many modern quilts out there now that have just an extreme amount of background fill area, and sometimes it can be a little overwhelming to fill it in. With a design like this, it's quick, it's easy, and it looks really kind of cool when you're finished. Come up, slide out, come down. Again, I'm just guiding through the center of the maze to work my way back out. I'm going to come down. I'm going to slide all the way across and start working my way back up on this side, using that 1/4 inch hopping foot again, just to sort of kind of space it out so that I have room to work my way back out of the maze once I get into that center. Don't panic, they don't all have to be identical, and for those of you who are meticulous quilters, please feel free to grab your ruler, throw your stitch regulator on, and use that ruler as your guide. Then your lines will be perfectly spaced and even. I just prefer to have a more relaxed atmosphere when I'm quilting. I still quilt because I love it, so the meticulousness for me just isn't all that important. Then when I reach this section here, I might then again decide to go back to my smaller squares, my medium squares, and back into my large square, and it creates a really cool, very quick, very easy design concept to start filling in that massive space that you have on all your new modern quilts. It also looks fabulous in a border. I would put the small section closest to the body of my quilt and work my way out to the outside of my quilt so that, again, that border would have 3 degrees of texture, but it would be tackled quickly and easily. I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson, and we hope to see you on Ruler Mania Monday and Free Motion Friday. Thanks for joining us.